Revelation chapter 2, verses 12 to 17. And to the angel of the church of Pergamos write, These things says he who has the sharp two-edged sword. I know your works, and where you dwell, where Satan's throne is. And you hold fast to my name, and did not deny my faith, even in the days in which Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was killed among you, where Satan dwells. But I have a few things against you, because you have there those who hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to put a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed to idols, and to commit sexual immorality. Thus you also have those who hold the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which thing I hate. Repent, or else I will come to you quickly, and will fight against them with the sword of my mouth. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To him who overcomes, I will give some of the hidden manna to eat, and I will give him a white stone, and on the stone a new name written, which no one knows except him who receives it.
Jesus commends the church in Pergamos. They have stood firmly with the oppression and the persecution that has come from the world. They are there in such a time, some of them have been martyred, and others will shortly be so. Jesus said this is actually the place where Satan has his seat. And what we know is that in Pergamos there was indeed a big temple there, which has actually been removed and placed in a museum in Berlin. This was the temple of Zeus. This was a most powerful place of heathen worship. And there was the church standing for the truth. And the enemy had come against the church, but they had been solid. They had been stood up. And in all things, they had been faithful. And yet, something had slipped into the back of the church. Something had happened to the people there. They had, first of all, succumbed, or at least some of them had succumbed to sexual immorality. Jesus speaks about Balaam, and when after he had cursed the people of Israel to no effect, and in fact ended up blessing them, he spoke to Balak and said, actually, the best way in is through immorality. And so the church some of them are beginning to waver. They stood against the world, but are wavering in the face of immorality and having that coming in. And also, it seems that the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, probably those that were saying that we are special and we got special revelations, have begun to shake them. In times of persecution, there's a desperation to hear something special. And Jesus was saying, don't allow in these false doctrines. Stand against them. Repent from letting them in. But if you repent, if you turn again, for those that overcome, there is always the promises. And the promise for the church in Pergamos, for those there, was that they would eat the hidden manna and have the white stone. That they would be in a place of tremendous communion with the Lord. But that white stone was a stone that was part of the legal system. The white stone was given when it is saying, you are acquitted, you are blameless, you are free. And Jesus gives the white stone to the overcomer to say that you have no choice to answer. We're calling us not to be people who are of the world. Let's be in the world and not of it.